Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahalanim Na Yahabashim Yashabashim HaKodash, and double on Instagrams and apostles. Thought they have share for the strength in order to make this video as well. And Shalom once more. It's the brother Ratazar Racha, Halal wa Ya. And of course, this video is called Perseverance in Spite of Opposition. Because as we grow in this truth as well, from the beginning, and obviously as you become more seasoned in the truth, learning how things ought to be done, of course, what you need to go through. Really, as the scriptures talk about, it was sweet in my mouth and then bitter in my belly. I think that's in Ezekiel or in another book. Where when it comes to this truth, when you discover it, yes, it is sweet in your mouth when you start to hear the things of spiritual power. You have Bashim Shai are the same skin color as yourself. Talking about the typical Negro man look. That's one thing that's sweet in the ears. You start to realize that you can have multiple wives as well. That's another thing. And then also knowing that you have power over the heathens and also over Esau, Edom in the time to come. So when you then hear of these things as well, that's part of the sweetness that you hear initially in the initial phases of you entering the truth, man. And then the bitterness comes when you realize, okay, you're gonna have to endure through things of which you think you don't deserve, but let Yahweh Shem Yashai away the spirits, isn't it? There's a scripture on that. So, the point being is that you don't know what you did in your past life, anyways, man. That's why you may be going through what you're going through right now, or it could simply just be for the fact of refining your spirit as well, man. Because Zechariah 13:9, the 1/3 will be refined as well as silver and as gold, man. I think there's another precept on that as well. Zechariah 13:9, and also Ecclesiasticus 2 as well. It's near the early verses of the chapter. About refining our spirits as silver, man. And to refine something, you need to put pressure on it. When you refine metals, you have to put it under extreme heat. And that extreme heat is a metaphor for the affliction and the adversity that we're going through in order to learn from it too, man. That's why we do need that spirit of perseverance in this time, of course, right now, to go through the little afflictions that we're going through right now, and of course even more so for Jacob's trouble, where some of us are going to be out there on the streets, walking here and there. Brothers would have bounty on their heads as well. So there's going to be a lot of things to deal with, man. And other brothers in prison, all sorts of situations that brothers are going to be in. But the point is to have perseverance, which is also includes faith in Yahweh Yahushua, constantly and ongoing. I might as well begin by getting the definition of perseverance right now. So I'm going to get that. Then, after getting perseverance, I'm going to get a few precepts here as well, man. Because the title says perseverance in spite of opposition. Because the opposition is the adversity that we go through. From family, from friends, from the workplace, even just little sicknesses that you may have as well, or even just minor things too, man. Especially in the winter months when you got that cold coming to you, or even hay fever during summer. So this is the definition of perseverance. Persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Even when just listen now if someone's gonna come in the room. But even when producing fruit as well, man, there's certain hindrances. It's like you want to try and sit down and do a video, and then someone just comes in and start disturbing you. It depends on your living matter. Certain brothers may live on their own. Certain brothers may have to live with family, or even roommates as well, man, because of the economic conditions. But each to their own. You gotta persevere through those conditions, man, until if it be Yahweh's will, he changes those conditions temporarily for the time being. But the point is, this is the definition. I read it once more. Definition of perseverance: persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So even though the scripture saying Habakkuk, let me even get that. Just a quick one before. Is it left or right? Let me check this. It should be close by. Hold on. Habakkuk 2 and 3, though it tarry, wait for it, man. So despite it taking some time, and I'm talking about, the MOTB system being implemented, which, we're quite close because you already know what the trials are going, what Elon Musk is doing with his human trials. And obviously the technology is there. And the gradualism is moving forward as well because, as people tap their cards, tap with their Apple Watches and tap with, what else do they even tap with? But basically that motion of tapping anyways, even if it's just with a card, that then ingrains into the subconscious mind. Well, of course, as you do it repetitively, ongoing, to the point where you get used to it, is the same motion that it will be recognized with when people take the chipmunk. They will just be swiping their hand instead of swiping a card. So all of this is just subconscious programming, which Esau's a sly guy. He's a very sly guy. That's why, scripture says never trust thine enemy. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And we are very close to that end, man. In fact, we are really at the end. If you put things into perspective, we are at the end. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. And it will surely come, it will not tarry. So right there is linking to the definition of perseverance, which is when you do something even though it's difficult, or you're faced with difficulty, or there's a delay to the actual achievement of the outcome, which really our outcome that we intend to have is the salvation of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, the opportunity that He's provided us with. Hence why He's given us the Spirit to understand these scriptures and this truth, man. So persistence in doing something. So when you keep doing something, despite it being difficult, or you gotta wait a long time to do it, like having brick by brick in order to build a building, that takes perseverance in itself, man. To be able to see the vision and then know that it will come as long as you keep going, as long as you keep persevering. That's the point. So let's see. So that's the definition right there. Do something ongoing despite the difficulty or the delay for it. And Habakkuk 2 and 3 nicely links with that too. So let me get precepts here as well. Go get to the point. So this is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai shall fight for thee. So of course, as we also work in this truth of ours as well, which Yahushai has provided us, the thing is that if we keep going, it says strive for. When you strive for something, you yearn and you work towards it, for the truth unto death. So until that point of death, again, some brothers will not taste of death, as Yahushua said. Some of you are walking here of which will not taste of death. So despite that, there'll still be those who would die. So that's the point. Like each brother will have to go through their own tests, man. For those who are gonna die, then they've striven, they've worked in this truth unto death, man. They've defended it, and of course, by rejecting that MOTB and rejecting Esau's attempt to rule over the body and mind, of really Israel specifically, and heathens gathered out. Really rejecting Esau Edom and his rulership would then lead to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua defending us, man. And even if we're not destined to die as well, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua will still fight for us. That's why the miracles are gonna come. Again, Isaiah 65 and 13, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. There's a reason why, because the servants, they've been serving Yahweh Shai, man, that whole time. And how have they been doing it? Really studying the scriptures, of course, teaching as well, occupying to our come. That's what they've been doing. They've been studying, they've been teaching. And of course, not just that as well. They've been doing what they can to support the brotherhood as well, because it's not just yes, there is an individual thing because everyone got to run their own race, but there's also the support of the brotherhood as well, man, which is part of the fruits of the spirit, if I recall correctly. in either First or Second Peter chapter 1. About the traits of which brothers ought to have, man. So I read it again. Ecclesiasticus 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua shall fight for thee. Shall fight for thee. And of course, even if you do die as well, you don't know if Yahweh Shem Yahshua going to wake you up in that moment to just use spiritual power to just slay all those flipping soldiers, man, wherever you may be. Let's say if you're in prison, you know, they flipping, put you on the chopping block, guillotine, or they shoot you on sight. You know how they line people up back in the day, or in these movies. There's them. I don't even know if I should use the word, but yeah, the T word. The ones related to Al Qaeda and all that. That's how they're gonna try and associate people, us, man, because they're gonna say, okay, it's related to Islam and whatnot. They're gonna try and put confusion. That's the point, But they will try and they will put a bad name on us, man. That brings me to another precept as well. They will label us as those of whom are aggressive or some dumb ones, foolish, and all these other words to degrade us, which is part of the perseverance as well, just a line of blatant disrespect as well. Let me get this. All right. So, let's go to 2 Peter then. Hold on. No, it's 1 Peter. So 1 Peter 2:19. For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience towards the Most High endure grief, suffering wrongfully. So of course, suffering wrongfully is really the key part of that precept there. Willing to tolerate the disrespect, the accusations, and that come as well. They may paint you to be in a way of which you're not. Call you names, saying that he did this, he did that, but you didn't actually do it though. That will be part of suffering wrongfully. Getting accusations. They're gonna pay people to try and make false accounts, which of course they having their own demons as well will actually take the money, the bribe, and actually try and lie on your head, man, saying this is what he did to me. So all that, we gotta be blunt about it as well. In the time to come too, where it's like, okay, that's what's happened. Just go deal with it. Just know that their words, and Yahweh Shem Yahshua will intervene, man. And those people who took the bribe as well, they're gonna suffer their judgment too, man. Don't think that it's gonna be like, okay, let's say a J. Let's say you got a friend or a family member of whom the police try and or Esau Edom's government system during the time where they actually got the MOTB rolling out now, like a whole mass of people going now, where they're going after the prophets. Let's say in that time they paid a family member or a friend, maybe a very close friend that you got, of the world, you went to school together or something, or you just met at some place. But yeah, let's say a friend, so-called friend, or family. They got paid to lie on your head to say that you've done something. In that time, that would be a test as well, man, to try and make you shake. They try and degrade you. Now, of course, from the degrading, they know that, okay, because many people do have pride as well. And typically, all it takes is for their pride to be shattered, or a potential of that pride to be shattered for them to do things that they ought not to do. For this instance, taking the MOTB, man. Because of pride. You want to be able to still mingle with people of the world. You don't want to be isolated. You don't want to be ostracized, which is when you're really separated from a group or separated from a society. So yeah, this is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 19 once more. For this is thankworthy, which means, of course, one can be grateful for it. And really, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua is also pleased when you do this too. I think in Proverbs, he also talks of this too. Probably chapter 7, maybe. It says, for this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience towards the Most High endure grief, suffering wrongfully. Grief is really being in a sorrowful state. But let me just search the definition right here. Yeah, let me just search the definition. Just checking the time. All right, so definition of grief: intense sorrow, especially caused by someone's death. It can also mean trouble or annoyance. So in this case, it says enduring grief. So let's say in that time, we're not even talking about death. It could be talking about trouble and annoyance too, man. Because all these lies upon your head, it can frustrate a person. It can frustrate a person. Because if you're a person of whom you really don't tolerate being lied upon, and of course you also don't like being lying on other people as well, which is really bearing false witness, then of course you're going to get angry if someone does that to you anyways, man. It's because it's part of your mindset where it's like, okay, I don't want to lie on people. I don't want people to lie on me. And that may provoke anger. That's when the suffering, which means the allowing of the wrongful accusation, comes in, man. To suffering wrongfully. Which means you just allow for these false accusations. You allow for the bullshit that you got to deal with to just happen, man. Despite it not making sense, you still got to endure it. And Yahweh Hashem Yeshua will make it clear to you in that day. Alright, so that's that. Let me see if I can get something. So, it's first Peter, yeah. Ecclesiasticus 4. Alright, let me try to get this. Let me try to get this. We're going to have to... You cannot give in to the weak spirit in that time as well, man. So we got to pray to Yahweh Hashem Yeshua to strengthen us in this time. And in that time where we will need that persevering spirit, that spirit of strength, as a good soldier of Yahushua, which I'll get that precept as well. So let me get this one first. Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So of course that talks about right there is about really maximizing the opportunity, man, working hard in this truth that we're given. So Yaharatazar, as we are living, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua will defend us, man. As it talks about in Ecclesiasticus 4, or Sirach 4, verse 28, about strive for the truth unto death, man, and Yahweh Hashem Yeshua will defend you. So the point is really just to put that work in, man, and then continuously do it, ongoing, to the point where we're pilgrims on earth, as well as also being in prison as well. And really, we're still enduring the works as well, because we still got to actively, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua, stay strengthened, stay strong, to reject Esau Edom, man, and all these psychological tactics, man. There's a thing called FOMO. You got to remove that out of your spirit. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. When that's why people of this world, when it comes to the time of the chip where it's widely adopted, they will get FOMO, so they will get the fear of missing out, and then they're going to take the chip as well. Even just for a simple reason as that, or just something that they desire, and then of course because of that desire, it will then take over them, and hence, you know, the programming of Yahweh Shemashah within them will then take over and they'll take the chip. But that's why we gotta pray constantly, man. Pray, study, and we keep working in this truth, and Yahweh Tazar, you know, we keep enduring. Alright, so let me get this final preset that I'm gonna close out. Let's see. So Romans, actually not Romans. What was it again? Timothy. Yeah. Timothy. Hold on. Let's see. Right. 2 Timothy 2 verse 3. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. So of course that endure hardness is talking about the suffering, man. You know, it could be physical, you know, in terms of sicknesses, or even just, you know, getting beatings and whatnot. You know, for brothers who know what I mean. But it could be physical, it could be mental, you know, in that aspect of things. It could be in the spirit as well. But we've got to endure it, man, yeah, and keep praying to Yahweh Yahushua to strengthen you. That's the point. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, okay, man. You know, the point of the lesson is perseverance in spite of opposition. So, Yahweh Tazar, we were all able to endure whatever conditions that were given now, and of course conditions given in the future as well, man. So Yahweh Tazar, you've understood the video, and of course Yahweh Tazar even more so that we're all able to persevere in that time where the MOTB is going to be widely adopted, man. There's going to be seeing people with swollen hands. You could actually see people with swollen hands in that time, man. But Yahweh Tazar, that we're kept from that hour of temptation, man. There'll be many things used to tempt people, but through Yahweh Yahushua we'll be able to overcome it. In the same way Yahushua overcame Satan when he was tempting him, it's the same way we're going to overcome this examination as well, man. Which the reason why I call the MOTB the exam is because the test is really the thing. You know, the thing during 2022, 2023, 2024. Actually, not what am I saying? 2020, 2021, and 2022. Those are pretty much the predominant years for people giving into that thing, man. So, of course, I'll call that a test because it's a similar situation to what the MOTB would be. Well, MOTB, that's going to be all or nothing on both ends. It's going to be all or nothing. From the left-hand side and the right-hand side, it's going to be all or nothing. Because the left-hand side, demons are going to be working overtime. And they don't get tired. They don't get tired. And on the right-hand side, we're going to need the spirit, Harachak Wadash, to be at its peak, man. Which really, there is no peak. It's just ever increasing in strength. That's how the Holy Spirit is. You know? So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be head to head. So, you know, Yahweh Tazar will pray for strength. And then we endure past that moment. And then we're given the spirit by Yahushua to reject that mark in the time to come. So yeah, Shalom. It's been the brother Ratazar Raha Halawaya. Ka Halayim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakha Kodash. Double honest regrets and apostles. And Thal Yahushua for the strength in order to make this video. And Shalom once more, man.